Welcome to the Law, Your Money, and You. I'm Roberta Saphire, an attorney in Sharon, Massachusetts.
And I'm Camille Barron, a financial coordinator and healthcare advisor, also in Sharon, Massachusetts. And we're so delighted today to have someone who's been such an asset to the Law, Your Money, and You. A young man who's been an intern for us, and he's done just amazing things ever since he's joined us.
Really amazing, but let's get right to it, and he can tell us, and we can remind him how wonderful he is, and he'll be happy to hear that.
Yeah.
We want to introduce Zachery Cheung. He's of Sharon. Hi, Zach.
Hello.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
I want to say, too, all the coloring books, the police activity books, police officers are friends. Actually, if it wasn't for Zachery, none of them would have started, because he helped put together the very first one. His name is on the cover. We have a second edition coming out that he's been working on, and all of the 14 or 15, we got books that we've already delivered and another dozen waiting. His name will be on it. He's an asset like you can't imagine. But we always start out, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I'm becoming a senior next year at the Sharon High School.
Great.
I hope to make that the Police Are Our Friends coloring book. And I just love volunteering and helping my community.
Okay, so how did you first come to us? We know, but tell our viewers, how did you first come to us? Because you're an inspiration. Whether you
Thank
realize it or not, you really are an inspiration to all young people everywhere.
Well, my cousin let me know that there was a volunteer opportunity at the Law, Your Money, and You. So I signed up for that, and I think it was definitely a great decision because I'm able to help my community a lot and learn more about financial literacy too.
So besides
Excellent.
the book, you helped us, because we do many, many different things, because you're the one who handles all these DVDs of the guests and everything. But tell the audience, what do you do? What do you do for us?
So I upload shows onto YouTube and archive and teleview.com, and basically that's where you can get the shows. YouTube, you can find our shows on there, and also archive is for the televisions, and I also email the people who have been on the shows and let them know that their shows are on.
That's good. How about, I was thinking that one of the highlights, well, for us, was when we had you and a few of the others actually deliver books. What's your reaction when you meet the policemen? You know.
They were very excited to have the book because it definitely is really good for the community because it promotes friendliness towards police officers, and it was just great being there to be able to hand them that and be part of in the making of that book.
Fantastic. And they didn't arrest you when you were there?
No.
He's meeting all these police, so if he ever
Yeah.
gets stopped,
Yeah.
he just started driving too.
Oh, yeah. That's a good timing thing. Yeah. Well, you know, the things that you just mentioned, like uploading the shows and sending out emails to the people who are guests on the show, you don't know how much the two of us struggled before you came to us in trying to keep up with all those things, because it's a very time-consuming administrative staff, but it's a necessary one, because otherwise what value would there really be in having a show if you're not able to disseminate the shows and disseminate to the guests when they're going to be on?
You know, sometimes he'll even answer emails.
Wow.
He'll answer them under my name. I don't know what else he does under my email. No, but I mean, you know, he's trustworthy too. We even have his sister is very talented too. She draws. You'll see her
with the
name
two of
in
them
it.
combined,
But-
I mean,
but
really.
with the two of you, Camille and I recommended you for Rotary Youth Leadership, and that we want to bring out too, which is, Rotary is a worldwide organization, and I'm sure all of viewers are familiar with it, and they have a RYLA camp, Rotary Youth Leadership, and you and Michaela went there. I want you to let our viewers know what you thought of as you were approaching, you know, the activities you did there. I mean, there's so much to it. So we want to know, like, you went there for, what, a weekend?
Yeah, 3 days. So basically when you get there, there's like a bunch of really excited people just banging on the bus, and you definitely see a lot of energy coming from people. And over the few days we went zip lining, rock climbing.
Wow.
What's zip lining now?
It's like you go on a rope and you kind of just slide down from a high point.
Now, did they group you off into new families? Is that what they call it?
Yeah, so I was part of the Blue family, and we had
Blue?
about 9 people. It was pretty small, and we connected pretty quick.
And what's a typical day like?
You wake up really early, like 6:30, and you go eat breakfast, and then you head off to daily activities with your family.
What was breakfast like?
It was
They
pretty
ate.
good.
They ate.
Yeah.
Which you didn't do this morning.
That's okay. I eat continually when I can.
Yeah,
what
go
did they
ahead.
give you? I like
yeah, it
food.
was-
Oh, that's why you said that. Yeah, I'm interested in the food.
It was like French toast and scrambled eggs.
Good.
Pretty
Oh.
good, yeah.
Wow. Maybe I'll go next year.
Yeah, do you get as much as you want?
Yeah, I think you can go for seconds, but I always just took one.
Oh, isn't that nice? And then, now, did you know any of the people there before?
No.
Oh,
The only
where-
person in the entire camp I knew was my sister.
But she wasn't part of your
No.
group. She was a part of another group.
Yeah,
Did that make you happy?
it's fine.
And what were some of the daily activities that you went
Yeah.
into?
Well, there was the zip lining and rock climbing. We also went hiking. And then there were just small activities that you did with your group to get to know each other better, like name games, just telling what your favorites are.
What's a name game? Like,
Oh, so you just like say your name and like your favorite food or favorite color.
Oh, so that's a way too of people getting to know each other. That's interesting.
Yeah.
You know, there's only specific people that are chosen for the RYLA. You have to have leadership qualities. But what did they ask you about? 3 different. This is what we heard before. Did they tell you to leave when you leave? Did they ask you for 3 words?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Well, give us examples of some of the words.
Yeah, so, well, I had get into state, which is like get into state of mind. So
Oh,
it's basically
That's
thinking
interesting.
positively and believing in yourself. So you don't let the negative thoughts affect you.
Now, did after the weekend, did they help you with things like that? I mean, could you see the change in different people?
Well, we did one activity where people would get up and so if they said you were born in an urban area, people would get up and go to front of the room, and
Oh.
they would say if you have lost someone before, you would get up to the front of the room, and through that activity you can kind of see the different places people come from and their background and experiences, and you learn how on the surface these people were like really happy and normal, but then you learn their background and you see them in a different way. So it's like kind of
It's fascinating.
So you have more compassion for them because they might be less fortunate than others, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we heard that before, too.
Yeah. Were the people more fortunate than you?
Yeah, there's some, and
Some
there's
less,
some.
too, right?
Yeah.
So when you say urban, they come from cities, the city too?
Yeah.
That's interesting. But I understand that you want to go back again. They seem to, the ones we send others from the Lawyer Money and You, they want to go back, and they do go back. Now, how does this come that you want to go back? What do you have to do?
I would like to return as a student leader and basically be a role model and inspire other kids who attend the RYLA
You knock on the bus when they arrive.
Yeah, and inspire them to be better leaders too, and also take away the same things that I have, which is I think it's important that when you see someone, it's not, you shouldn't judge them like based off their appearance or how they're acting at first, you know, because people come from different walks of life. So you have to respect that. And also the camp has inspired me to be more inspirational to others. And so like I have a club, Reach Out to Refugees, where
I was going to ask you about that. I didn't rehearse him either. Isn't he's great. His sister's wonderful too, by the way.
So where we raise money for and donate to the International Rescue Committee. But
Actually, we shared a booth at the diversity event.
Right.
And I think his group was just starting then, but he with another boy started it, and you could see back then you were a leader because you got them all together. He got them to do this, got them to do that. And what's interesting is somebody went to that, and out of everything they saw, this was that diversity, there were all those restaurants, there were activities and everything. The one that they remembered was Zach and his table. And they
Amazing.
thought how wonderful that was. So it paid off. It pays off what you do. But what else? Yeah, talk about that. The International Refugees. How you started that.
So in English class one day we watched like a video on refugees, and it showed the hard experiences over there and the way refugees live in poor conditions, and it inspired me to start a club to raise money to help them.
Well, one of your fundraisers was with us. So
Yes.
you, from being with us, you learned how to raise money, actually, the right way. It's good. It's wonderful.
And we just recently donated $380 to the International Rescue
That's
Committee.
wonderful.
Fantastic. Congratulations.
That's wonderful. But now you and your sister also belong to the National Honor Society. And I have to say, I'm kind of very proud of that because I feel we helped to lead you in that direction. So tell the people too, what is it? All these leadership things. This is good. You'll send them a copy of this tape, and any college you want to get into, they'll say, take Zach,
He's
take
the one.
Zach,
Yeah.
take Zach.
Yeah.
So tell us what you do in the National Honor Society.
So you make a large project and a small project each term. And so the large project is something that you would do over time. So either raise money or plan to volunteer at a certain place, and the small project is something you do in one day. So it's like clean up a park or tutor someone.
Oh yeah, you've cleaned up parks there. Didn't you? All your kids go into Boston, the homeless shelter.
Oh, that was for my club.
Oh, that was for the
Yeah.
refugee club,
Mm-hmm.
and nobody was scared.
No. We donated $320 to the women's homeless shelter.
Congratulations.
Oh, isn't that nice?
That is
so
fantastic.
You didn't do that. Okay, so well, we had all these questions.
Well,
and
you know what comes to
he's
mind?
talked about it without us even
Yeah.
asking.
Leadership. I mean, there's this book, it's called The Leadership Challenge, and they lay out 5 qualities of a leader. And one of them is inspiration, inspiring others.
Oh.
And I think that what you're saying is, as a result of this experience, you probably already knew, you were probably already inspired to inspire others, but it sounds like this may have helped to reinforce that and actually created a skill. It helped to define it as a skill and keeps you working towards being better and better at that particular skill. That's an important one, because especially in today's day and age when people often don't have the funds to do all the things they want, that these young people have been able to raise that kind of money in the interest of helping people
On their own.
on their own. And those people they probably appreciate it more than anybody, that this is a sign that they do have the ability to stand up on their own 2 feet, and they won't be as discouraged because of the inspiration that you instilled in them.
Was there, there must have been people from Rotary there. Did they talk about Rotary? And
A little bit.
what were some of the other 3 words that some of the other people had?
Oh, my sister had rewrite the stars.
Rewrite the stars. That's interesting. What's on that?
I think that was. I'm not
Probably
too sure.
follow
Yeah.
your dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's very talented.
I think
How about
she'll
some-
have to explain that one.
Yeah. What about some of the others?
Uh,
You remember any
no,
others?
not really.
No? No?
Yeah.
What comes to your mind, aside from inspiring others, was there any other particular quality of a leader that you either already knew or maybe that you learned more about when you went to RYLA?
Definitely being a role model. That's definitely an important quality for a leader. You got to.
That's okay. What was your favorite thing at the camp? What was the favorite?
I really enjoyed zip lining. That was fun.
Zip lining?
Yeah, and the
what
rope
was your
course.
least favorite? Getting up early.
Probably.
And now I'm going to ask, what's your favorite thing that you do for the Law, Your Money, and You?
I think I really liked making the Sharon police, our friends, coloring book. That was very enjoyable to make. I definitely had fun making the pages.
Yeah, it's interesting too, because you take what other people do and then he refines it too, besides his own stuff. But I remember when we first started, I went to the different schools and art schools, and I remember saying to you, I can't get anybody to make pictures. That was when we were working on cyberbullying. Remember, he was checking with all the schools to see, every school's supposed to have a plan. And Zach would check with the different schools, do they have a plan, who do you contact, and this and that. And then we started with the book, and I said, I can't get anybody to draw anything. He says, well, let's do it ourselves. And there's this on the internet and that. So I've learned from you know, how to put a picture in a Word document and all that.
Wow. I mean, that again, when you talk about leadership qualities, that's a huge quality because you're not going to be dissuaded from what you want to
No.
do just because somebody or something is not available. So we do it ourselves.
Yeah,
And that's I mean, that's amazing too in itself.
the funny thing is we hear from, it like snowballs, like his cousin worked for me, and then, but we don't get the interns, we call them team members right away. I think she worked for me a year or two, and she says, oh, my cousin wants her son to work. Oh, and then you worked, and then his sister came up last year, and then the sister brought in another one, and you know, and everybody just snowballs. The last fellow that was here that went to RYLA, they're already graduated. I think
Yes.
they're already graduated. We got him by default because he broke his leg and couldn't go to camp, so the
He had
teacher
nothing better to
recommended.
do.
Yeah, really. But he went to RYLA. He says everything just changed his life.
It did. They said it changed their lives.
Yeah, but I want to find out now for the future. You're going into your senior year, and your thinking has to be different than when you first started with us, when you were freshman, sophomore, junior. But what are you plan on doing the senior year? I mean, what are you going to do when you get in there? You're going to start applying for colleges, or you've already thought about it, or what do they do today?
Well, I thought of a few colleges I would like to go to so far. So like Brandeis and Bowdoin.
Yeah, good schools. And you told me BU.
Yes.
You went to BU too. Oh, see, we both
did,
went to
both of
BU.
us.
Except when I went, it wasn't as expensive. My daughter went too. But so we're going to gear to the financial literacy part of it. have you thought about, are you going to end up with student loans, or have you thought about the financing? Or you,
Not too much, but probably will end up with loans.
And I'm
So-
sure scholarships too.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
yeah, so I'm sure your mother has looked into that, because they're a smart family.
Yeah,
They're a smart
yeah.
family. But a lot of people, and you've seen them come through, that are worried about the student loans. Do they have people that come to the school to tell? I know in the junior year they do the financial literacy, which we brought there, help bring there. But do they have other people that come and talk and say, you know, you've got to worry, don't do this, here's your alternative, you can do this so you won't have as many loans? Do they ever do that?
Not really. I think the guidance counselor helps you, and then there's also the financial literacy fair.
Yeah, we were pretty good guidance counselors there. But you know what, Sharon, I think I told you that too. Like in Arizona where my kids are, they start school the first week of August. So doesn't that gives them a head start on applying to colleges? So I want you to keep that in the back of your mind. I always tell the kids that, keep that in the back of your mind, that there are other people already applying ahead of you. And you have to do that. So when you go back to school, do you have certain courses, like are there certain courses, or do they sail through the last year, or how does it look?
Well, you have to take, you still have to, wait, what was your question again?
How does it look like when you go back to school? How is your mindset? Is it, I got to take this course, I got to take that course, I got to start writing this, I got to start writing that?
Well, I definitely want to challenge myself next year with more challenging courses. So I took like AP Psychology, AP Bio.
Oh, you already picked out?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know anything about either one of those. What do you want to do? We're in You've Got to Be Kidding, just about. You know, where you say something and I go, you've got to be kidding, or I say something and you say, you've got to be kidding. But like if I say, hey, Zach, can you come in at such and such, and he'll say, you've got to be kidding, you know. No, I'm just kidding. But what does it look like? You know, like, do they have certain things you're supposed to do?
There are requirements to graduate, so you have to take certain courses and fulfill those like credits.
Is there any of these things that you say, you feel like saying to them, you've got to be kidding?
No.
Well, the experience that you've had with us and
you've got to be kidding.
with the other things that you've done are going to be so valuable to you as in terms of applying for college, and also even when you graduate in terms of job opportunities, because it isn't just about the academics anymore like it used to be. And you have a lot of other really important qualifications that will be beneficial to you.
But you know, out of everything with the Law Your Money and You and all this, one of the most wonderful things is the RYLA, because Rotary is worldwide, and with their what are the 4 things you remember? The 4 things of Rotary. Is it fair? Does it benefit all concerned? Do you remember the other 2? I don't either. But
Not off the top of my head.
But those.
No.
Is it the
Oh
truth?
yeah, is it the truth? Yeah, will benefit all. The thing is those 4 things from Rotary, if you get them, that's in any occupation that you choose. I was at court once, and the judge was saying, she says, in deciding this case, I got 4 tests there, and I swear it was all 4. I went
Really?
away, I was dumbfounded. But anyway, we're in You've Got to Be Kidding, and we have about 2 minutes. So did we ask you all the questions? Was there anything that you wanted to say that we didn't ask you besides you're telling us how wonderful we are?
That basically covers everything.
Oh, okay.
Watch out, man.
And so here we had, I'm on a scam thing to do that. I just want to let people know, if you buy a warranty and the company doesn't stand behind it, they're not entitled to their money. Just remember that. I'll pass that
I'm
on.
looking for my glasses.
Oh, here, you can use these. But
All right,
these are things that people send in, you know, on our emails. And it says, what does it say? Oh, this is a real thing. This is on the registry. Oh, the Registry of Deeds in Norfolk County Norfolk County just celebrated 225 years, and the Lawyer Money and You was asked to attend, and we did, and we got a call from the Register himself thanking us for coming there. He was on our very first show almost 10 years ago.
Yes.
But we have to wrap up now, so I can't read these
Okay, well, that's
things.
great. Yes, I'm so happy.
Thank you for coming.
It's been
Thank you for
wonderful.
having me.
And
you're a
we
pleasure.
feel honored to have you helping us with the LymYOU Money and You, because you're doing things that are very important, and we're happy about the qualities that you've been able to develop, both with us and when you went to the RYLA camp. So I want to thank you, and our viewers to thank you for watching us. And if you'd like to know more about being a team member for the LymYOU Money and You, or about the Rotary Leadership Camp, we'd be happy to point you in the right direction.
Right.
And otherwise, we'd love to hear from you with your ideas and any feedback you have. Because remember, this is your show, the law, your money,
And you.